What's going on, everyone? Cannon back here. Uh, it's been a little while. It's been probably a month or so since the last story I told you guys. Who would have thought college would be busy? You know, I guess it's a busy time in everyone's life. I figured I'd tell you guys my 21st birthday story, so just be forewarned, there's a little stupidity that goes on. So we started my 21st at a casino. We went to the Mark Twain Riverboat Casino because in Missouri all casinos have to be on a riverboat, even though really none of them are in the water, and you have to be 21. So I decided, well, I'd never been there, let's go. So we go, it's me and two friends of mine, and I start out by not doing well at all, and that's the way it continued to go for the night. I was better off just taking my money, handing it to who was working there, and saying, here you go. I could not win. I played on my money. I played on the money the casino gave me for my birthday. It didn't matter. I couldn't hit on any machine ever. Well, my other buddy is just hitting on everything. I could go on a machine, not hit. He could go to the machine and hit for 50 bucks. He could be on a machine, hit for 50 bucks. I'd go on a machine, lose 50 bucks. Not that I did. I lost like 50 in total. Most of that was the money the casino gave me. Usually when I lose about 20 of my own, I'm like, I'm done. That's too much. So we're playing, having a good time. We're there for probably an hour and a half. And so we decided to go to the bars. We had a couple drinks at the casino, and we were ready to go to the bars. So we go to this Scottish themed bar is what we'll call it. People who know me know what I'm talking about. And we have a couple drinks there. We're having a good time. We're making jokes about the person who's working behind the bar. I won't say anything because it's kind of mean. But we were starting to get a little drunk. This is where a few of the people who decided they were going to hang out with us met us. And all the while that this is going on, it's the World Series, Cubs and Indians. And so we're keeping up with the score. I'm a Cardinals fan, so I really didn't want to see the Cubs win at all. I didn't want to see them in the World Series. So we're sitting there rooting for the Indians. And even though I don't like the Indians at all either, I just didn't want to see the Cubs win. So we're watching the game, trying to keep up with it, which is really hard when you have no signal on your phone because for some reason this one town in Illinois doesn't have Verizon. So we're trying to scramble. For some reason this bar didn't have the game on the TV, so we have to ask them to turn it on. Finally we get done there. We're like, okay, let's go. So between the Scottish bar, or whatever I said it was, and the Abbey we went to Taco Bell through the drive-thru because some of us were hungry. I didn't eat. I had a couple bites of a taco apparently, but they had this like, it's like the Baja Blast Freeze, except it was Airheads, and they had a special flavor. So I start screaming at this guy. I'm in the passenger seat. I start screaming, I want to guess the special hidden flavor. And you could hear him chuckle, apparently. This is what everyone's told me. You could hear him chuckle. And he just goes on. And I just kept yelling at this dude. Let me guess the special flavor. Let me guess the special flavor. I have an idea of what it is. Finally, everyone tells me to just shut the hell up. And I finally got quiet. Apparently, we pull up to the drive-thru window. And I just scream, is it green apple? So I go to the next bar. This one's called the Abbey. Imagine kind of like an old-style pub. Really nice bar. I mean, they were nice people. The drinks were a little pricey, but, you know, we didn't really care. Plus, I wasn't really paying for anything. It was my 21st, and my buddy who was winning at the casino ended up walking out like plus 380 bucks. So I was like, you're buying drinks. So we go to this bar, and there's a decent crowd in there, and a couple more people have joined us, so we're probably up to 6 to 10 people who are in our little group. Well, they have the game on a big old widescreen. I mean, I think it was like basically a projector on the wall. We're sitting there watching, and it's getting closer and closer to the end of the game. Everyone's going, okay, this is getting a little wild, getting intense. Well, we're sitting there having drinks. Well, we decided to go outside because a couple of my buddies wanted to have a cigarette, and I wanted to hang outside because it was hot, because by this point, I was starting to get a little more inebriated, trying to sound at least a little classy. So we're outside. We come back inside, and it gets to the final play, or what would be the final play of the World Series. Chris Bryant fields this ground ball, throws it to first, Cubs win. First time in 108 years. This bar, because we're in Illinois, mind you, this bar absolutely erupted. I mean, people are going crazy. So we go outside again because I'm trying not to be in that commotion, because I was liquid courage, liquid confidence, or whatever it's called. Yeah, I was telling people I was a Cardinals fan. Whatever. So we go outside, and we're sitting there talking. We're like, holy crap, can't believe they just won. One of our other buddies who was there, who joined us late, leans out the door and he's like, they're giving away free shots. We all just, it takes like a moment for it to register what he just said. I'm like, what? He's like, they're giving away free shots. Get in here. So we sprint, and we're like, so the building's right here. We're on the side of the building, because that's where the parking lot is. We sprint around the side of this building into the front door. The front door goes up at kind of like an angle, and we all trip trying to get in the door. And we go inside, and sure enough, there's shots laid out for everyone. We take our shots. We're sitting there. There's another shot. Take it. Talking. They end up giving us another shot. Take it again. And they find out it's my birthday, so they give me another shot. And I was like, okay, I need some air. And so as I'm on my way to the door to go outside, again, I, for some reason, well, we all know the reason, I go to the bar, and I'm standing there talking to people, and I was asking someone what the drink we just had was for the shot. And I start talking to these people. I have no idea who they were. Hadn't talked to them at all since we've been there. And we start having a conversation about the game. And I can't believe I said it. But I told him, I was like, I'm a Cardinals fan. And that was good for baseball if they won. I woke up the next day and my mouth tasted like it had vinegar in it because of what I said there. I remember that phrase, and I remember waking up going, oh, how could I say that? No, thank you. So I have that conversation with them that I wish I could forget. We go outside. They're like, okay, we're done, because they meet me outside. They're like, we're done. We're going to head to another bar. So we're like, okay. So this bar is kind of like off the main road of this town, so we can walk across the street to the next bar. The next bar is a small joint called Barney's. Real hole-in-the-wall type place. I mean, it's the type of bar you look at and you're like, I don't know if I really want to go in there or not. So we walk in, and it's just, I mean, we thought the last one was packed. This one, there's people like shoulder to shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. Tons of people. Everyone going nuts. I mean, there was people flying down the street with the Fly the W flag and all that. Everyone's going nuts, which, I mean, I can understand. Their team just won a World Series for the first time in over a century. They're a little excited. So we inside, just packed. And we're like, well, we gotta go to the bathroom. We gotta pee. So we're going to the back, which is where the bathroom is, and the three of us drunkenly stumble into the door. Walk in, and there's these two dudes right inside the bathroom door. Like, one's up against the wall, the other one's got him up against the wall. Just looking like they're about to fight. Like, something's happened. They're screaming and shouting at each other. We're standing there going, because they're like right in the way of getting to the toilets. And we're just standing there watching, going, oh, what is about to happen? Like, we have to get out of here. One of my buddies looks at him, and he goes, are you guys in line to use the restroom? I don't know what these guys are arguing about, but at that point, they stopped. They looked at each other, looked at us, just slowly turned, and they're like, no, we're not in line to go to the bathroom. And he just looks at me, he's like, okay, good, just want to check. So we go inside, we go to the bathroom, walk out, and we come back, and someone has bought us some drinks at the bar. So we're sitting up at the bar, we've managed to find a seat, so one of my buddies decides to buy us a round. Well, the woman behind the bar finds out it's my 21st, so we get a couple beers and some Crown Apple shots. We have those, and it comes out to like $8. I don't remember how many drinks there were. So another one of my buddies decides to buy the same round for the same group of people from the same bartender. Comes out to like $13. And he's just standing there, and he's like, what? And he just kind of looks at her, and he's like, I'm buying the same thing he just bought. It's like $5 more. She looks at him and goes, that's really interesting, and walks away. We just started laughing, and he's just standing there going, why don't I get the cool discount? So we finish our drinks, and we walk across the street. This is where it gets bad. This is where I did something really stupid. My phone goes off. And this is like the main street of this town. I mean, it's not like it's a massive street. There's only like 30,000 people in this town. So, I mean, it just happens to be the middle of the town street. I'm walking across, and I stop in the middle of the road. There's like a little like center turn lane median area. I stop there because my phone has gone off. And I'm looking at it. It was a text from someone. That's all I remember. I don't remember who it was from, what it was about. But everyone's across the street already, and they look at me, and they're like, dude, what the hell are you doing? I was like, sorry, I had to text someone. They're like, who? I don't remember. Well, what are you texting about? I don't know. Well, get out of the middle of the road. And I just kind of look, and I'm like, why'd I stop here? So we walk across. I finally get across the street. And we stop into his CVS. We decide to buy some alcohol. Why we needed it, I don't know. We thought we were cool. So we get we get like a pack of beer. I think someone got some rum, cups, all that jazz. Well, we find out there are some docks down, because it's right on the Mississippi River. Find out there's some docks that you can go down to. So we get our DDs to take us. They take us down to the docks, which I've seen this parking lot in the light and being sober. Not really a parking lot that looks like good things happen in it. And so we go to the docks, and we're just sitting there talking, having fun. I don't know how early it is in the morning, because it's well after midnight. So we start drinking. Well, someone, for some reason, gets on YouTube and starts playing the Stone Cold Steve Austin theme song. So the guys in the group, because there were a couple girls with us, the guys in the group decide, including myself, well, we're going to slam some beers like Stone Cold Steve Austin and be cool. So we get up and, play the song, slam them, down them. Well, as we're doing that, I don't realize how close I am to the edge, and I go to toss the can, and the momentum of me being stupid and drunk and trying to throw something pushes me backwards somehow, and I almost fall off the deck, or the dock. I almost fall off the dock into the Mississippi River, which is dirty and nasty and just all sorts of bad things as can be. And somehow caught myself, don't know how I did it, and everyone's just kind of looking at me like, dude, you almost went in the water. I was like, yeah. And the only thing I was worried about was like, I was going to lose my student ID and my wallet. Didn't care about the phone, the keys, whatever cash I had, the debit cards. I was worried about my student ID. Couldn't tell you why that came to my head. So we move on to the next dock, which is actually closer to the road. And we're sitting there, and we're mostly, because this one has like steps and railings and all. We're just sitting there on the steps talking. People were having heart to hearts because we were all drunk. And we see these two cars pull up. And we're like, oh, well, night's over. It's got to be the cops. Probably heard us. Well, it's not. It's these two sketchy old cars, and we just all ducked down. We're like trying to be quiet. And I don't know what they did, but they did their thing and left. Probably have a good idea what went down since it was pretty quick. It was just two people in their cars. We decided it's probably time to go. And so we get back in the cars. We had our DDs and all. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Get back in the cars, have our DDs, and we're like, let's just go back to campus. So we're on our way back to campus, and the only thing I remember from the drive home is I was laying in my seat like this. And I just sit up all of a sudden, like, hey, are we almost home? And the guy turns around from the front of his seat, and he's like, yeah, buddy, we're almost home. That's all I remember. We get home, found out someone puked in their car. I didn't puke. It was my 21st, and I didn't puke. Someone puked in his car, like, all over. He ended up getting up at, like, 8 o'clock the next morning, giving a campus tour. And I'm pretty sure we didn't get home till, like, 3, 4 in the morning. We go to bed. And that was it. I ended up waking up at, like, 11 o'clock. My head was pounding so hard. I have never had a headache like that. Like I said, didn't throw up. And I pretty much remembered everything except the drive home. I didn't remember some like specific details like the text message on it. But so that was my 21st, and it was definitely memorable for the parts that like I said, I remember most things. It was memorable because, you know, everyone's 21st is usually a big deal. I enjoyed the people that I was with. It was something I will hold on to as a really good memory. Nothing too crazy happened other than me stopping in the middle of the street, possibly seeing a drug deal go down, and all that. And it will always be memorable, too, because it was a night that the Cubs won the World Series, which was a big deal for everyone else. And so when I'm old and decrepit and, you know, 95, hopefully make it that long, and I can go back and be like, I remember the 2016 World Series. So that was pretty cool that it occurred on that, even though I don't like the Cubs. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really, really long, but it was a long night. Started at like 6 in the evening, maybe, and went till like 3 or 4 in the morning. So, hope you don't think any different of me. I don't really get like that a lot, but it was my 21st, so you gotta make memories. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry that I have been kind of MIA when it comes to the channel. I've had a lot to do over these last month or so, few weeks. Didn't think I was going to have this much to do, but I'm going to try to get back on it. I know that some of you enjoy my videos, I hope. And I know some people have asked me, you know, when I'm going to come out with a new one. So, hope this appeased everyone, and I hope you guys will stick around to the next video, and thanks for the support.